Welcome to the Activated Story Theater's 176th podcast.
This episode we bring you The Three Advices, a story from Ireland.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And together we are the
Activated Actors. We are coming to you from Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Which is just south of Boston
and just north of Providence.
Northeast of Providence, yes.
We are on tour out here doing some programs at schools and libraries, performing. And we have actually got one public show coming up in I'm going to say it wrong. Billerica, Massachusetts in October. We'll tell you about that. So if you are in the Massachusetts area, make sure you stay tuned till the end. Or if you know anybody in the Massachusetts area that you want to send to a live Activated Story Theater show, stay tuned.
And Massachusetts area includes anywhere as far east as, say, Kentucky.
Yes, you are invited to the show. We have been doing a lot of fun things out here in Massachusetts. For one thing, we just did the Dance Mile in Boston, which was part of the social fitness event that they had in Boston with all kinds of really cool, fun activities. People just came from all over the place, got together. We did kickboxing, and there was Bollywood dancing, there was yoga, there was all kinds of, it was basically a fitness fair, and people just got together in big groups and had a lot of fun. There was even some, you could hang in hammocks and do yoga there. They taught classes, there was Zumba, there was dancing, and one of the things that we did was we danced behind a truck for a whole mile. Well, maybe a mile. I'm not sure it was a mile. It didn't seem like it because it went so fast and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But we danced behind a truck that was playing music through the streets of Boston.
Sort of like a marathon, except you're not racing and it's not as fast and you're dancing instead of running.
Dancing. I think it was great. So look for an event like that. Just look for Dance Mile. They come to cities all over the country. So yeah, do it. I had a great time. There was people of all ages there dancing together. Lots of fun.
And we also went whale watching, and we actually saw some whales. We saw maybe a dozen of them all together.
We saw some finbacks, we saw some humpbacks, and we got a rare treat on our whale watching tour. We got to see a leatherback turtle.
Two of them, actually.
Yes, one of them was about 6 feet. It was big. That's as big as a man. It was really big.
And the tour guide said that she hadn't seen a turtle out there in 15 years.
Yeah.
So it was quite rare.
It was a rare event.
We left from Plymouth,
Massachusetts.
from near Plymouth Rock, and we went way out in the ocean.
Wow. Out past Provincetown.
Yes, which is on the tip of Cape Cod. We went out of sight of land altogether.
Yeah.
We took a whale watching tour a few years ago in Massachusetts, and we went 18 miles out then. You could still see the land, so we must have been out, 30 miles or so.
Yeah, and there's an area where the whales, they gather. It's kind of a little like a sandbar underneath the water. So it's a little shallower there for them, and they just eat. This is the time of the year where they are stuffing their faces full of food, because then they will take off to South America, and they will swim the whole way and not eat again for months and months until they get back up here.
And we were so glad we got to see some. They have they say a 99% success rate on these tours of seeing whales, and we were fortunately among the 99%.
Yes. And we have a story for you. You guys ready for the story?
I'm ready for the story.
I'm ready for the story.
This is we're doing a story from Ireland, because a lot of people from Ireland came to Massachusetts.
Oh, so this story is called The Three Advices, a tale from Ireland. Many years ago in Ireland, there lived a young couple whom we'll call Owen and Kate. And they were very poor and hardly had any food to eat. One day, Owen said,
Winter will be here before you know it. We will starve if we don't come up with more food somehow.
What are we going to do? We have nothing to sell.
Well, I am strong. I can work hard if I can find a job to do. Maybe I should go look for work.
But there are no jobs anywhere around here. All of our neighbors are just as poor as we are.
Well, there are counties over there in that direction that have a few wealthy landowners. Surely one of them has need for an able-bodied man to do some work. Goodbye, dear. I'll return in 3 months with my pay.
Boy, that plan went from concept to execution in record time. So he traveled many miles to another county, many counties away, and he went to visit a wealthy landowner.
Excuse me, Mr. Wealthy Landowner.
Name's Finn. What can I do for you, young feller?
Name's Owen. I am a poor man who has traveled many miles in search of a job. Do you have any work I can do?
You're not an invader from another country, are you?
No, I have my green card. Born and bred right here in the Emerald Isle.
You got a resume?
Well, no.
Good. I never know what to do with those when people gave them to me. Tell me, you got any experience with animals?
Just getting rid of rats. I used to play the flute a little.
Fine, you'll do. Here's the deal. You'll work for me for, let's see, how long?
3 months?
Sure, that sounds like a good length of time. Work for me for 3 months, room and board provided, and at the end of the time, I pay you what I think your services are worth. Agreed?
Well, it's the best offer I've had today, so I guess we have a contract.
So he stayed and worked for the wealthy landowner for, let me see, yes, 3 months. And he worked very hard. Every day. For he figured the harder he worked, the more he would be paid at the end of his time there. And when the 3 months had finished, the landowner Finn called Owen to him and said, "Well done, lad, well done. You have worked long and hard, and I could not have asked for a better helper."
Oh, it was nothing, really.
So now it's time for me to pay you what I think your work is worth.
Now, I don't want you to bankrupt yourself or anything. I'm a poor man, so I can get by on very little.
So, in return for your tremendous effort...
Yes?
I hereby give you...
Yes. The suspense is killing me.
3...
Yes.
3 advices.
Advices? Is that what they call a gold coin in this part of the country?
Oh, they're better than pieces of gold. They are pieces of golden advice that will lead you to great success if you follow them.
When I said you didn't need to bankrupt yourself, I was just being modest.
These 3 advices all apply to your trip back home. The first advice is, stay on the main road. And do not take any detours. We all know what happened to Red Riding Hood. The second advice is, do not stay in any house that is kept by an old man and a young woman. And the third advice is, be sure to follow your conscience. That is all.
Seriously? What? Well, I guess that's better than nothing.
I should say so. And one more thing. As a bonus, I will give you these 2 oat cakes. One for you and one for your wife. But you better not eat them until you get home.
Well, at least I'll have something to show for my 3 months of hard work. Much obliged, sir. And now I shall be off.
The best of luck to you, my friend. And remember to follow the advices carefully.
Yeah. Boy, I feel like I've been hit by trickle-down economics.
So he started his long journey back home with nothing to show for his 3 months of hard work, but 3 advices.
And 3 blisters on my hand.
And as he was walking along the highway, along came another traveler.
Top of the morning to you, my friend. My name's Tom.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Owen.
Nice day for a long hike, isn't it?
It would be if it wasn't so windy. I feel like a kite that's lost its tail.
That's for sure. But we don't have to be in this wind for long. See this little clearing up here? That's a little shortcut that'll save us at least an hour. And it goes through the woods, so it's protected from the wind.
Oh, that sounds like a mighty fine thing. But wait a minute, I just remembered. I was given a piece of advice not to leave the main road.
Well, my advice is to not take anyone's advice. I tell ye, it's a very fine path that leads through the woods. I've traveled it several times myself. And I intend to go that way this time too. And I'd be mighty happy for the company if you want to travel along with me.
Oh, sorry. Advice is the only thing of value that I have, so I'm going to keep it.
As you wish. You take the high road, I'll take the low road, and I'll be there before ye. Good luck, my friend.
So they parted ways, with Owen staying on the main road, even though it was windier. As it was getting close to sunset, he stopped at a farmhouse and knocked on the door.
Yes? Greetings, kind sir. I am a traveler who is tired and rather winded, as it were. I was wondering if I could trouble you for a night's lodging. Well, we already have 2 guests, but I suppose we can make room for one more. I'd be very much obliged. I don't have any money to pay ye, but perhaps I could do some chores in return. That would be very fine if you can. Well, I'll go tell the missus to put on another plate for dinner.
So the old man left, and about that time, Owen heard a familiar voice call out to him.
Why, if it isn't my friend Owen, we meet again.
Tom, I guess your way really was faster, but what happened to you? Your face is bruised.
Oh, that. It's a good thing you didn't come along with me. I was overtaken by thieves who robbed me and beat me.
Oh, my. Well, they wouldn't have taken anything from me but advice, but still, I'm glad I avoided them. It was worth staying on the main road.
I guess so. And I don't know about you, but I intend to stay here for a few days and rest.
I don't think I can afford to. I have to hurry and get home to my wife.
You might change your mind when you see what a nice place this is. You may think the master is too old to take care of it, but he has several servants, and his wife is much, much younger than he is.
Yes, well, sometimes I... Wait a minute. Did you say that the house is kept by an old husband and a young wife?
That's about the size of it, yes.
Oh, no. That was the second advice. I'm not supposed to stay in a house kept by an old husband with a young wife.
Oh, come now. I must admit, you got lucky with that first advice, but why would you not want to stay in such a nice house just because of the birthdays of the owners?
I don't know. I just have a feeling. Besides, advice...
I know. Advice is the only thing you have of value, so you're going to keep it.
That's about the size of it. But I'm too tired to travel farther, and it's getting late. I guess it'll be okay if I sleep in the barn tonight.
Suit yourself.
And that's what he did. He slept in a stable full of hay.
Oh, ow. This stuff is prickly, and it smells like the horses have used it first.
And the next morning, when he was about to leave, he overheard the young wife talking to one of the servants. I finally did it.
You poisoned the old man last night?
I did indeed. No more waiting for him to die, so I can get my hands on the money.
Do you really think you can make people believe that one of the guests did it?
No problem. The one called Tom is the perfect choice, especially since he was robbed yesterday and really needs the money. I already secretly placed the bottle of poison in his belongings. Now, all we have to do is bring in the sheriff to investigate, and he'll nab Tom for the murder. We've committed the perfect crime.
We?
Now, when Owen heard about this, he knew he had to sneak out of there before his own life was in danger. So he eased on down the road and continued on his way until he came to a fork in the road. He didn't realize it was symbolic, but it did somehow remind him of the third advice. Follow your conscience! Follow your conscience! Follow your conscience!
My conscience has quite an echo. Oh boy. That way leads back home, where I'm very eager to be, especially since those oatcakes Mr. Finn gave me will spoil before long. But this way leads into town, where I can find the sheriff and tell him what happened back there. Otherwise, an innocent man will go to jail for the crime.
So even though he knew it would add 3 or 4 days to his journey, he went into town, found the sheriff, and told him about what he had overheard.
Thank you very much for telling me about it, my friend. Don't worry. I'll make sure justice is done. I just wish I could offer you a reward. Oh, that's all right. I already have my reward and my 3 advices. Come again? Oh, it's a long story.
Finally, he made his way back home, where his wife Kate was waiting for him. "Oh, I'm so relieved you're back. I was getting worried. I expected you 3 or 4 days ago."
Sorry, my conscience took me on a little detour. But now that I'm back, we can have the oatcakes.
They don't look very appetizing anymore.
No, they don't. They're all moldy and covered with worms. In fact, they're even falling apart. Hey, what's this? There's something inside them.
It's gold!
It certainly is. Enough gold for us to live on for years. So Mr. Finn paid me after all, and his advice paid off too.
It's too bad he didn't give you any advice about the stock market.
And that's the story of the 3 advices from Ireland.
Faith in Bagora!
Faith in Bagora.
Aye.
Nowhere near St. Patrick's Day. But hey.
But hey, we can celebrate anytime.
Yes. Now, as we mentioned, we do have one public show coming up.
We do.
And
It's at the library,
the Billerica Library, which is north of Boston.
and it's on October 16th.
Yeah.
And the show starts at 6:30. And if you want to be in the show and you're age 6 and up, but be aged between 6 and 12, come at 6 o'clock. And then you can learn a part. We'll give you a costume. You may have some lines, maybe do a dance, and we will put you in the show. Maybe even learn some songs to sing with us.
Yes, so if you're up north of Boston, say from Buffalo or somewhere, then come on down.
Come on down. That's the Billerica Library, October 16th at 6 o'clock. And after that, we will have some shows coming up in Connecticut in early November. And then we will continue making our way south. So if you have any schools along the East Coast right now that are interested in school programs, we will bring the show to your school. Give us a call, 800-429-6576, or send the powers that be to our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you will find more information about booking a performance at your school or library.
And I think that wraps it up for this time. We'll catch you next month.
Yes, we will catch you next month. We'll have a new story for you.
Stay activated.
Activated Story Theater is committed to bringing fun, educational shows to schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use physical comedy, American Sign Language, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring multicultural folktales to life. For booking information, check out our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you can also find out when the activated actors will be performing near you. Read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or listen on Stitcher. We look forward to your comments and folktale suggestions. Stay activated. Until next time.